This tree, just look at it. It looks like it wants a hug. Do you want a hug? I know. I know. I'm sorry. On behalf of all of us, I'm sorry. Goblin, Shmoblin, here with you in the canoe.
I'm a goose, you're a goose, me, mom, and Dumbo.
Oh, hello there. I didn't see you there. Welcome to another episode of Goblin, Shmoblin, Canoe Edition, and we felt compelled today. As you can see, there's a little bit of a theme for today. We felt compelled to come out and do an episode in some woods because we are now today covering moss. That's right, we're covering Panu moss with moss facts. I've got a whole list of moss facts in the green right here. Not mean green, but moss green. We're gonna do some moss facts today and learn everything we can about moss here in the Pacific Northwest. Now, I've got our little ghostie here of wisdom, you know. It's very Dan and Phil coded, I realize now. Richard, right? This is not Richard, but we've got the little ghostie here. Now, you'll notice there's a little pink thingy on it. And that is because we noticed on the windowsill where they live, they had already spit out the wisdom. So hence our, feeling compelled to just like, okay, you know what? Let's go do an episode with it, right? So I put this little thingy on it to keep it from falling out so we can get it, but now is the time. So no need to rustle it up or anything. We already have the wisdom for today. So let's go ahead and find out what today's wisdom and the theme is, and then we'll go ahead and get started on our mossy journey. Oh, little ghostie, what wisdom dost thou have for today? And oh, this is an old one. See, I could just tell it was an old one. Look, it's got a little piece of paper wrapped inside of the piece of paper. Piece of paper shot like that. Like, watch this, watch this, watch this. Oh, whoa, okay. So, let's go ahead and figure out what today's wisdom is. The little ghostie says, oh, wait a minute. This is from last episode. All used up. Okay. I guess that prompt, I saved it. Is there footage of that? Did I stick that back inside the thing when we were filming? Maybe I did. Okay, so little ghostie was really then not so much compelling us with wisdom just yet. I'm gonna keep that one now for later. But compelling us to go ahead and get started with a new episode. So that means we really are randomizing it, right? That's not what we were expecting at all. Okay, do I redo the intro? Yeah. Oh, hello there, I didn't see you. Nothing just happened, right? We're starting from scratch. Let's go ahead and see what the wisdom is for today's episode. Panu moss. Wisdom for today. Oh, here we go. Well, I was gonna spin it, but it looks like it spit it out a little bit at the bottom. What it's stuck in there. There's... it also came with, it came with trinket. Take a trinket, leave a trinket. It came with a, an earbud. A little gross rubbery earbud thingy. Do you see that? That's kind of, yay, stick it in your ears, kids. But, okay, I'm gonna put the trinket in my pocket. Let's go ahead and see what wisdom the ghostie has for us today. The wisdom is, I don't think this is wisdom. It's a sticker that says, stick with it. You know we're gonna stick with it. We're gonna put this sticker on something fun.
Does that mean stick with the last prompt?
Stick with, yeah, but we did that already. We did that prompt last.
But the prompt is all used up. We already used it up.
We already used it up. Should we start over again?
No. Oh no.
Oh, hello there. Just didn't see you there. Let's go ahead and figure out what today's prompt's gonna be. I got 2 trinkets with me already. I've got a weird little used earbud and a sticker we're gonna put on something. But what we gotta do is we gotta find something. So let's figure out something. Here we go. Okay. Well, now everything's like pouring out of here. It's just okay. Please don't be another sticker. Please don't be another sticker. I think it's another sticker. I think it's another sticker. It's another sticker. It's another sticker. And it says you can do anything. Well, we can do anything, but what we can't do is start this episode. Okay. Should I do the thing again? Okay, look, okay, there's one. Okay. There we go. Okay, we have a little ghost is, are you messing with us today? I think they're messing with us today. Here it is. Today's Mossy themed episode is brought to you by oh my god, this is like a whole essay written on here. Some wisdom. And I feel like it's perfectly thematic for up here in the Panu. Every day, once a day, give yourself a present.
Don't plan it.
Don't plan it.
Don't wait for
it. Just let it happen. End quote. Special Agent Dale Cooper. Well, I think Dale would appreciate our commitment to this episode of Moss here in the Pacific Northwest. Also keep that here. And I think today we're going to give ourselves a very special present. And you know, I'm not going to plan it. We're just going to let it happen. And I know it'll come to us when it does. So, with that in mind, here in the town of Twin Peaks, just kidding, it's not, we are going to go and learn some moss facts. Are you ready? Let's do it. Transition. Did that work? Look at this beautiful moss. Now this right here, this is moss. This is moss right here. I think we're ready for our first moss fact. I don't know what this is though. Is this like just a piece of wood, or it's a rock? I think it's perhaps a rock. Oh look, and we've got a little friend here. Look at that. Let me get a little shot of this. Look at this. Is that a slug? Look at that, guys. We found ourselves a nice little slug. I'm not going to touch him to bother him. He's probably sleeping. You know, matter of fact, take a picture of this guy. Gorgeous. How would you want me to frame the moss fact? Here, I have our first moss fact. Our first moss fact is mosses are what'd you say?
Huh?
Meese.
Meese. Wait, what? You're confusing me. Moss are non-vascular plants that lack inner tubes to move water. So this is unlike other plants with roots, leaves, stems, etc. So moss here, as we can see, don't do that. They simply just absorb the water that like runs upon it, catching the rain, soaking it like a napkin. That's how it do. That's how the meese. That's how the mosses do. And that is our first cool moss fact. Let's continue. Whoa, like a little pathway over there. Give me a sense we should go into this little. Look, it's the rock from it's you know, Greg's rock from over the garden wall. And it's next to some moss. We found some more moss. Look at this moss. It's growing on a tree. I think I think it's time that we do another cool moss fact. Plants that grow on other plants are called epiphytes. Epiphytes. Can you say that? Epiphytes. I think it's epiphytes, but I said it kind of funky the first time. Epiphytes. So, like the moss that we see here growing on this tree, right? It would be somewhat considered an epiphyte because of that. Now, okay, the other moss people in the chat right now that are probably going, hey, that's not technically what an epiphyte means. Well, look, it's a plant that's growing on another plant, although this stump, I mean, we don't know if this stump is dead or not, right? It could be alive, right? Hello? 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 So typically what this means is the moss will be like a bed of dirt. It'll act as a bed of dirt where other seeds and things could get in it and root in it and thus grow on top of it, such as like if a flower was growing through the moss on top of the tree. Although that means eventually those roots will have to still make their way deep into the soil, onto the ground some kind of way, because they can't really just live on the moss itself for an extended period. But anyways, that is another cool moss fact. Let's get a shot at this guy. Oh, I meant me get a shot at this guy.
I know. Am I not allowed my creative liberties?
You are. Sorry. I feel the Lynchian sun is setting. It's getting a lot harder to find the moss. But as Dembo just said off camera, it's the Panu. There's moss everywhere. Just gotta know where to look. Just gotta open your eyes. You gotta walk with the moss. Moss, walk with me.
Dumbo.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look at the weird stream.
You good?
Where are we?
Oh, don't worry about it. Come on.
Where are we?
You want a snack?
What you got?
Fruit snacks?
I swear it was the strangest dream. I can't really remember it now though. What were we doing before this? Moths. Let's figure out yeah, let's find some moths. Oh, I love my pretty little flower. Oh, I love my pretty little flower. Oh my gosh. Look at this. This place is teeming with moss. You guys are not gonna believe this. There's moss everywhere. There's moss everywhere. Look at this. There's moss here. There's moss there. There's moss up here. Different kinds of moss. Look at that. Look at this little, beautiful little, look at that. Oh, look at that. It's like a little pillow. It's like a perfect little pillow of moss to rest your little head on. I think we're ready for another moss fact. Just stay right there. Okay, I'm back. Okay, we're ready for another moss fact. Let's see. Oh, I've already did that one. Hi, time for another cool moss fact. Here's one. There are male and female mosses, but some mosses have both sex organs within the same plant. So take a look at this little fellow over here. Could be a they'dy, themby, thembo. I mean, you know, this little guy could be intersex. And so that is the beauty of the mosses. You know, Mama Moss and Papa Moss got together, and then they had a baby moss that, you know, went to an arts community college in Portland. And that's okay, you know? We love that for them, and we love you. Shout out to all of our non-binaries and trans and intersex and thembos in the chat. Is this bit going on a little too long? It's okay. Okay, we have more cool moss facts. That was another cool moss fact. I'm ready to keep on going. I mean, look at this. Colonies of moss here, you know? We've got colonies of moss here just growing here in what you would call grout. This is not grout. This is a whole community. Look at this. It's spanning all the way around here. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, I think we're ready for another moss fact. Let's see. Here's another cool moss fact. Mosses have existed on planet Earth for over 45 million years. That's right. These mosses are basically like, I mean, they're incredible creatures with communities that span time. They're virtually timeless. They've been here longer than we have. And look at this. They find all the little nooks and crannies in here, you know? Look at this. I mean, look at this. Look at this. They find all the beautiful little nooks and crannies here that they are able to kind of, congeal together. Again, remember, they don't have roots. So they're all basically in here just absorbing all the Panu water that just kind of comes in and floods the area, So I think it's time for a photo of some moss here. Let me just get a nice little focus on it. Yeah, let's see. All right. That's another one for the books. Let's keep going. Also, don't step on it. Look at this happy moss living along the side here, or the edge. Mosses live on every continent, including Antarctica. That's right. The resiliency of this moss is incredible. Look at this. We've got moss here that's like on an old barbecue pit grate. Got all the little mosses in here. Look at this. Look at this. Always ask for permission. Can I give you a little pet? Okay. See, this moss is gorgeous. Look at it. Can we just appreciate the moss that's around us in the world, folks? I mean, really, it's incredible. I think we're ready for another moss fact. Oh, this one's a great one. They're so wise. Here's another cool moss fact. Mosses love Pink Pony Club. That's right. You know where they're going to be tonight. There's also lichens. Lichens are not plants at all. They are a combination of fungus and algae. I think I found an owl hole. Look.
It's too dark.
Either that or bats live in there.
Let's not find out.
All right, kids. It's time for our last moss fact. We're here at the end of our journey, and I'm so glad you were able to join us. I don't know where I am, but I feel like hopeful. I feel like I've been on a journey, and I'm on a journey of self-discovery. And that's what this channel and, all of this stuff has ever been about. And with that said, let's get some more cool moss facts. Mosses produce their own antifreeze, meaning they can thrive in cold conditions. This is like the whole thing about, mosses on every continent. So this is why mosses can live even in places like Antarctica because it's so cold, or like here in the Panu where it is cold. So I guess that's it for this episode. I didn't come up with anything a gift for myself.
You had fruit snacks?
Yeah. To give myself a gift. But you gave me those. You gave me those as a gift. I guess if there's anything I could give myself as a little gift right now that I didn't really plan for, it would be another snack. And with that, we've got, let's see, what goodies do we have? Let's see, ooh. Food bar. Would you like a food bar then, Bo?
Okay.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So friends, I'd like to thank you for joining us on our little adventure to learn some cool moss facts and to discover cool things about our world. Excuse me. Probably not a good idea to eat food while hosting a show. So, just give me a minute. That's so pretty over there. Isn't that pretty? All right, friends. I will see you all in the next Goblin Shmoblin episode. I'm all right. Ah.